Hello everyone, how are you all doing? It's good to be back playing some Elden Ring. Wow, a stream Tater's actually interested in. Thanks. You know, I feel like there was perhaps some way you could have said that was not as negative, but I digress. So how are you all doing? Doing well? I'm doing good. The night was off to a bit of a rough start. There's a firecracker emoji the whole time. I'm not shocked. Wait, this is the wrong fucking character again. Oh my god, we did this last time. Jesus Christ. Why are you shocked by the existence of a firecracker emoji? Where is it? There's Griever. You'll check your mailbox for the pipe bomb in the morning? Yeah, that's fair. No need to rush. So, anyway, like I was saying, night was off to a bit of a rough start. Because, we ordered out, and I decided to mix things up. Usually, when we order from this place, I got a patty melt, which is basically just a cheeseburger between rye bread. It's like putting a panini press or some shit. And I had remembered that, the place is known for having, like, really good meatloaf, and I remembered at least trying, like, a bite of it a while ago, and I'm like, you know what? I basically just had a sandwich for lunch. Well, not basically. I did have a sandwich for lunch, patty melt's basically a sandwich. I'll mix things up a bit, get the meatloaf. I'm very excited for it. I bite into this thing, and something's a little off. It has this weird little tang to it that I just, like, don't really care for all that much. And, we weren't really sure what it was. We think it was maybe, like, rosemary or something, but they put so much of it in there that it was just fucking overpowering, and I didn't finish it. I finished, like, one piece of meatloaf. They even put it in the fucking mashed potatoes. No, I do not think I'm gonna get food poisoning from the fucking, I don't think I'm gonna get food poisoning from the fucking meatloaf and mashed potatoes. The flavor? I don't know, it was kind of like this, I almost thought it may have had something to do with, like, the tomato sauce or something. My dad initially thought it was, like, thyme? Thyme? No, sage, I think. Yeah, sage. I think he usually puts sage on, like, chicken soup and other stuff. And that's weird, because I usually like that. I don't know why that would be not tasting good. Doesn't really make sense to me. But then my sister tried it, and she was like, oh, it's probably rosemary, because she doesn't like rosemary in, like, anything. She doesn't like the taste of it. And, needless to say, that was really unfortunate. I think there are maybe few minor experiences more upsetting than ordering food, being really excited for it, and eating it only to not like it. It's just very unpleasant. People making a goddamn ruckus right outside my door. Hold on. Okay, the ruckus is over. Yeah, people put rosemary in food. So that was the bad start to the night. And if it was just that, we would have been starting this and I would have not been in a very good mood, because I'm a big food guy. And if I'm not enjoying my food, we're gonna have a problem. But, fortunately, there was something I was doing prior to eating dinner, and something I did right after. That's the reason the stream started, oh, I don't know, like 10 minutes later than I originally intended for it to. I was playing some Hollow Knight, because I hadn't played any in like a week, and I'm like, damn, you know what? I really want to beat Nightmare King Grim. I would really very much like to do that. So I spent like, I don't know, 4 hours today fighting him, and then I beat him like 40 minutes ago. It was quite nice. What a phenomenal boss. just really, really good. And I felt really good about beating him. So yeah, I'm quite happy right now. You have the soap gene for cilantro? What the Christ does that mean? Also, I need to find somewhere else I can get a Somber Smithing Stone 3. If I can find one right down to where we're going, that would be, well, frankly, incredibly convenient. Cilantro tastes like soap? That's a weird thing. Oh, wait, hold on. Looks like we have some right where I'm going. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe it's down there. We'll take care of the little shit first, I guess. And do the, Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. The enjoyment of cilantro is proven to be genetic, and that it tastes good to you or like soap. That is incredibly strange. I have never heard of this. And Madel says, can't believe Sandro was thinking of a scenario of Alma beating Lolong instantly. Yeah, but it seems like that was back before Lolong was, like, explicitly the strongest fighter in Purgatory. I think that was part of the character description, was that Daro just gave him this design that was not what Sandro expected him to be or something. And he was just like, well, guess I gotta make him the final boss. And then it just kind of developed that way. Which, by the way, I find very weird that there is seemingly such a disconnect between the two of them. I do not think there was such a disconnect back during Ashura. Call it disability. Not genetically not being able to like cilantro is a disability. You know what? I think I'll take that take and run with it. I like it. I dig it. Are there any other weird little things that are up to genetics that I can jokingly call a disability? Hello, Clover. How are you? Tater will be back, apparently. That's good. You ate some bad food this morning, but now you're here. That's very unfortunate. Hopefully the bad food I ate for dinner is not gonna fuck me up like, something last week did. I mentioned the whole scenario to my dad, and he said the chili probably did, but that'd be so fucking weird, because, like, I have eaten chili on numerous occasions, and I've never gotten sick from eating it. Heavenly says, I haven't read most of post-Purgatory Kengan stuff, but Lolong being pathetic is really funny out of context. Like him just getting one-shotted or something. That I suppose. Let's see, can I remember where this shit is? I do generally remember where this shit is. Good. Ooh, what do we have here? The jellyfish. Lovely. Did we ever get a... I think we may have talked about these like a stream or two ago. Curling your tongue and wiggling your ears is genetic. I don't think I can really wiggle my ears without just generally moving my face around. Can I curl my tongue? A bit. How much curling are we talking? Like, curling it towards the back of the mouth, or people that are able to, like, curve it inwards to, like, cup it? Because, I mean, that just kind of makes sense that that would be genetic, because that sounds more like your anatomy and stuff. Your tongue can do the U-shaped thing? Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. Do we know if people that are able to do these things are genetically superior or inferior? You know, scientifically speaking. I would say generally, if, you know, a person's capable of doing more things than someone else, then, in the long line of evolution, more people are probably going to inherit those traits. Actually, if we consider how evolution really works, which is that animals that have traits that make survivability more viable simply just live long enough to reproduce more than the other ones do, then whatever traits humans evolve to possess will just be the result of whatever people find more attractive and make them want to fuck people. You know, since we're top of the food chain and everything, our traits aren't really survivability-centric outside of shit that, like, literally just makes us not live as long. That's 2. Apparently there are some 3s down here. Someone said Kengan going public means we'll see more Fist of the Secret characters later. That's a possibility, I suppose. Alright, what does this cracked crystal stuff do? Oh yeah, fluttering my ears very sexily. What does this remind me of? This reminds me of... What's that thing? The theoretical zoology, theoretical anthropology, the post-human shit? Can't wait until someone in 20 years makes having very easy to collapse lungs be considered attractive and dooms the human race. Well, usually it requires a lot more than just one person. A cracked, impure, degraded, and altogether unremarkable crystal. Material used for crafting. All tomorrows, that's what it is, yeah. There are a few other somewhat related things. I think there was like a comic called Humanity Lost, but that was more so... Actually, no way, basically the same exact thing happens in that as it happens in All Tomorrows, but you get what I mean. All Tomorrow's my shit. That stuff certainly is very interesting. Not incredibly depressing. Due to YouTube algorithm, I've recently been learning a lot about a Chinese science fiction novel trilogy called the Three-Body Problem. Well, most people call it the Three-Body Problem, but I believe the actual title for this series is Remembrance of Humanity's Past. And it's very interesting. One, because it's way more heavily based in like actual science and scientific theory. And two, because it's existentially fucking terrifying. You know, I love having magic weapons because it just allows me to... Actually, I don't know. I don't think the buff applies to this unless I'm, Yeah, I think I only get my lightning and frost when I'm using the buff. Existential terror versus the indomitable human spirit. Yeah, no, I don't think the indomitable human spirit really helps out in this shit. The premise is that essentially, aliens, they exist, right? But aliens are like incomprehensibly more advanced than humanity is. Shit. Well, fuck. Anyway. So, there's an alien race from like 4 light years away that has a, they send these like little fucking, liquid metal droplet things that essentially operate like a fucking space railguns that just fly around and annihilate everything. And, don't really remember much other than that about the plot of the first book. The second book is where shit gets really interesting. Essentially, the aliens have created a supercomputer that is able to perfectly simulate every single, Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, that scream. Oh shit. Ooh. By the way, big spoilers for what's his name? Shi Jin Lee's 3-body problem thing. The supercomputer is able to perfectly simulate everything that every human on Earth will do, except for a few things. And this is due to the inherent limitations of the aliens. They cannot understand deception, and, if I'm remembering correctly, they don't understand, like, symbolism and stuff. So they don't get... I'm gonna kill myself in real life. They don't get metaphors. They don't understand symbolism. So, the government of the Earth picks 4 people? I think 4 or 5 people. The aliens don't get suicidal? Nah. Somehow. 4 people to, within their minds, concoct a plan to get the aliens to fuck off. Because the aliens are going to be coming over to take over the Earth. Because they want to live on the Earth. And humanity wants to try and figure out a way to stop them. And also, like, prevent them from doing any more of that world-destroying shit. And since the supercomputer is able to simulate everyone on Earth to 100% accuracy, or near 100% accuracy, anytime someone does something, the computer just knows, because it just simulated that they would do it. So the government of Earth selects 4 people to, completely in secret, completely within their minds, formulate some kind of plan for defeating the aliens. And they are never able to speak out loud to tell anyone what they're doing or what their plan is. And they effectively have to, like, live in isolation. Oh, and also, since this is a little bit into the future, like, cryogenic technology exists, so these people can be kind of, like, thrown in the freezer for long-term planning stuff. Oh, what do you know? In case you couldn't tell, I'm not really paying much attention. Yeah, great group communication. 3 out of the 4 fail. Like, they come up with plans that all just completely don't work. Except for the main character, who thinks of something. And I don't remember what his exact reasoning was. But he basically wanted to try and figure out a way to stalemate the aliens to get them to leave Earth alone. And his method of testing this out was based on some kind of theory about how civilizations operate and how life is inherently kind of predatory. So what he did was he used satellites to send a signal out to just some random star that would display coordinates and various information suggesting that there would be life in the system around that star. And when the government officials were like, "What are you doing?" he was like, "Oh, I'm just casting a spell to see what'll happen." And they were all just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So he says, "Wake me up in like 50 years when you find out what the results of my spell are." So they throw him into cryostasis. They wake him up 50 years later, and he's like, "So what happened?" And they are like, "Oh, we detected that, yeah, the signal, it went to that star, and would suggest that there was some sort of intelligent life living there. And then, like, a couple years ago or something, we detected that something went and approached that star at near light speeds and caused the star to fucking explode and annihilate all life in that solar system. Because the universe is a dark forest filled with various hunters in there. And whenever the hunters think they may hear something that could potentially one day maybe be a threat to them, they're just gonna shoot it. So, with this realization that, oh yeah, there are always going to be more advanced civilizations out in the universe, and these really advanced civilizations will have probably, at least one of them, come to the conclusion that, oh, if I want to ensure the long-term survival of my civilization, I need to kill all of the competition before they become advanced enough to pose a threat to me. So, he speaks out loud and is like, "Yo, aliens, I set up this dead man switch where if my heartbeat stops, or if I hit this button, these satellites are going to send out a signal just kind of announcing to the universe that there is life in both of our solar systems. So, you know, if you kill me, or if you don't do exactly what I want, I'm just going to kill myself. And then both of our civilizations are going to be completely fucking annihilated by some other way more advanced civilization out in the universe." Quite the move, and it works. And this then results in one of the coolest titles ever being awarded to always one human in the world, that being the Sword Holder. Let's see. What did you miss? Oh, just me talking about some Chinese sci-fi series, and then me dying to gravity a lot. Sword Holder? I hardly know her. Ha ha ha. Who was the one? Yeah, Dark Lord asks what Kengan character can beat a Baki character? Eddie. Yeah, it happens. Katsuya and Shingoro. Yeah, like the top tiers of the Kengan-verse can be decently strong Baki characters. Do you have a favorite cool title from anything you've read or watched? That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. Sword Saint's great. From this game at least, the Omen King is probably my favorite. I mean, that just sounds sick as fuck. Sword of the Morning. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. You've put me in a tough position, because now I'm trying... Now I can barely think of any epithets. Now I'm having a really hard time. Ah, the Game of Thrones references. Very nice. Never watched any Game of Thrones or Game of Thrones related media. Ooh, get fucked. You can kiss my ass. Like you might be wrong? For God's sake, Vader. Can Baki and Yujiro break Sopang's bones? Probably. Oh, we got the Digger's Staff. Where is it? Staff of a Sorcerer Miner, who extracts glintstone from crystal tunnels. The staff itself is a tool used to mine, and the ferrule is also embedded with a glintstone. Boosts the power of stone digger sorceries. So these guys also have their own branch of sorceries? That well, we do know, yeah, there are a few. But, like, do they have their own unique ones, with their own symbol? Probably, and I just forgot whatever it looks like. Yeah, when Kratos said death can have me when it earns me, I felt that. That was sick. That trailer was really good. That line slapped really goddamn hard. Also, that, like, duo Valkyrie fight on what I think is the Bifrost. Not like the in-game Bifrost, but like the fucking Rainbow Bridge Bifrost from Norse mythology. That looks sick as hell. Oh. Kratos is such a Chad. Yeah, I appreciate that, Kratos is able to be a Chad now in ways more than just, like, the edgy kind of power trip Chad. Just because now his character, on the surface, has become much more nuanced. You know, he can say shit like that now, and I'm like, yeah. You tell him. So these puppet things are interesting. We know that some of them are at least produced by Celibus, but I think there was also... I think I've heard some people reference Celibus having a master teacher. And I don't think I have personally seen any of the stuff related to them. Interesting that these guys were seemingly inspecting the crystals that they were interested in. Can Oma and Ryan copy the zone? No, I don't believe so, because the zone just seems to be an inherent property of his. Crystal Knight. Interesting. So we got a helmet. That looks somewhat similar to this. Or, it looks more similar to EG's. Cylindrical helm of plate metal reinforced with a lattice, worn by marionette soldiers crafted to serve the sorcerers. The construction of this helm is remarkably crude. For a doll, the only thing that matters is that it does not break. That much is true, I suppose. Now I'm trying really hard to think of epithets I like from stuff that I've read, and there aren't really any coming to me right now. And that's annoying, because I know there are various titles and epithets that I think are fucking sick, and I can't think of them. Yeah, I can't tell if that symbol's different from the Ryukarian one. The Lie Eater. Oh, of course, the Lie Eater. If I had a ship, I'd call it the Morning Wood. You are a child. You are a literal child. Can't tell if that's different from the Ryukarian symbol. Not at a glance. It's the most powerful eyes in the... What's the most powerful eyes in the King and Priest? I feel like it's pretty explicitly the fist eye. Is it not? Literally just better, like, kinetic vision than anyone else, without giving yourself fucking Parkinson's because you had someone meddle around with your brain. Fusui's weird removal eyes seem good. Yeah, but are they as good as the fist eye? That is the question. Shatter Earth. Let's see where this spell is categorized. It's here in the Ryukarian spells. One of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Ryukaria imbues the ferrule of the caster's staff with magic, then thrusts it into the ground to create a magical shockwave. Allows one follow-up attack. A stone digger sorcery used by the glintstone miners of the Crystal Tunnel. At the Academy, use of this sorcery was a stigma that marked out failed scholars. What's the intelligence required on this? Not the biggest. I mean, I guess I could see it. Oh, you're able to use magic that's useful for situations other than just shooting people? What a loser. Ha ha ha. I can see why the place doesn't really get any new applicants. Now then. Should be one here. 3. Hey! 3. Beautiful. Whew. It's a bit precarious. Send that shit back up. This another 3? No, just a 1. I can't remember if this one's the gank or not. I don't think so. Pretty sure that one's up in the Altus Plateau. I remembered right. So these are those crystal beings that were made by someone, I think? And the Lucarians are like, wow, you guys are like literally made of glintstone. That's so cool. You're like enlightened or whatever, right? Now, their movesets can be a little bit annoying, but their sound and stuff is cool. Single like you, haha. My girlfriend is literally in the stream chat. I don't think he likes this one much. Damn, he got owned. Paul SFM says, hi, can someone please help me beat Fire Giant? I can't really help you out with that at the moment, I'm afraid. The Fire Giant and his plate. Truly one of the worst bosses in this game. I do not respect people that like the Fire Giant. By the way, we got 9 people in here. If you stopped in and you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the stream. Let's see how quickly we can hit 10 likes. Oh yeah, and there's channel membership now, so if you guys are interested in that, the join button's like right next to the subscribe button. I should have the emotes for stream chat working somewhat soon. I just kind of have to work out file property shit so that YouTube will let me apply the emotes that I want to use. Hey, Yug.
Well, where have you been hiding?
Doing my job.
I took you for dead.
Also, I was
It's all the
busy
same.
with other stuff.
Lay out your arms, then.
Don't have a 4. Probably gonna want a 4, because the fucking Dragon Cannon of Noxtel is kind of strong, if memory serves correctly. Yeah, join Gracie and having a green name and a little badge thing. And then soon, hopefully sometime in the next few days, you'll also be able to use emotes, like exclusive emotes and stuff. Some of the shit that I have on the Discord you can use here. So you don't have to use, like, your phone's emotes, because those are shitty and lame. Sounds like it's raining outside. Oh yeah. Back already, or took you for dead. Make up your mind. Either I wasn't gone for very long, or I've been gone for a really long time.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit tuning?
I am. Holy shit, we have so much. Oh my god. You guys vote on which one of these we should invest in. In the meantime, I got my man here, Lee Harvey Oswald. I mean, I could do all of them, theoretically. But I'm not going to. You've donated $1 to me? Why, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Neve says, had like 2 trains of thought, but both crashed into each other and there are no survivors. That's very unfortunate. You will gain the ability to purchase a high-end limited edition missed content NFT. That's right, folks. You give me 17 shitcoins, and I will send you a custom-made image from Microsoft Paint that you are able to claim that you own. Is anyone on PS4? Anyone? Anybody playing Elden Ring right now? Oh, it is almost like he's going senile or something. Yeah. Though, Paul, is there not... Because I know, like, I think Bloodborne... There you go. Clover's on PS4. She can help you. Otherwise, is there not, like, a subreddit for people that need help with summons? Because I'm pretty sure Bloodborne has one. Pretty sure Bloodborne has a summoning subreddit. You don't have a Fire Giant appropriate save file? I don't believe I do, either. I will just use good old Oleg. We're about to have some struggles ahead of us. You like struggling? You like being a struggler? I personally don't care much for struggling, really. But, you know what? I got nothing. Let's see, where is this guy on a chair that has a somber smithing stone for? Ah, naturally, other side of the ravine. I do not believe I am able to get there. From here. Gotta do Caria Manor first. Wait, hold on. There's a chance. We talked to this guy yet?
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
I'm not here for trouble.
Done? Well, we'll...
Watched an Elden Ring iceberg earlier today. Interesting. What topics did they cover? Yeah, I can't get up that shit right now. No siree. Clover's on PS4, that's why she's able to help you. Isn't the, that Metal Hellsinger thing you seem pretty interested in? Isn't like its gimmick or whatever that it's like a rhythm game or something? It's a rhythm shooter? Or something like that? A musical shooter? That's where Hyatt is. Hey yo, a rhythm game FPS. Yeah, that's a quite the interesting concept. And the character design looks quite interesting. Ooh, yummy. No grace ahead. Oh, it's so sad. Hey, Hayata.
Hello? Is someone there? Would you donate any Shabiri grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage, in search of the distant light. And when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
I still can't believe I missed, like, all of the frenzy shit in my first playthrough. To be fair, I initially missed the entirety of Weeping Peninsula just because I forgot there was that path going past the Everjail. Paul, how do you hate Godfrey? Godfrey's the fucking shit. How do you hate him?
You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you? They
Who else
rest their
gives you
trembling
grapes?
hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their
What?
frail fingers, emaciated. Yet still, they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer.
That man kills you with a combo? That's like most of the bosses. Also like almost all of the late game bosses.
You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
The thing is, avoiding his combos is not
You are
that
most
hard
kind. May the blessing of
compared to a lot of the other late game bosses. Now, I do believe there is a thing around here. What about his phase 2? Yeah, mostly just like dodge out of the way and avoid him when he's doing the combos and then rush in when they're done. Jump over the slam attacks and shit. He's really fun. That's what it was, the Two Fingers Heirloom. Okay, yeah, it is right around here. But where? Hidden, just... The one boss that's actually not hard is Radon. I have to ask how. Outside of just summoning and letting the summons just kill him while you keep running away. Because that is a viable strategy. Is it just me, or does this one seem significantly larger than the other ones? Internal mechanisms are incomprehensible. Simply use Rotten Breath. That strategy applies to various bosses. You can do that to cheese the shit out of quite a few bosses. To an extent, including Godfrey. Rotten Breath is just kind of crack. Tater's back on his bullshit. That is outstanding. That's excellent. Pardon me, sir. Big standout that you thought was interesting was the relation the Greater Will and its agents have with parasitism, especially fungi. Yeah, quite a few people have made note of that. Two Fingers Heirloom. Oh, I also forgot to look at the description for the Crystal Dagger. Hey! Nice. And the Elden Beast is an amoeba, which are almost always parasites? True. Or Crystal Knife. Knife made by sharpening hard crystal. Signature weapon of glintstone miners. Used as a tool to extract glintstone from broken rock, and as such a faint magic enwreaths the blade. Then we have this thing. Two Fingers Heirloom, which raises faith. A talisman engraved with the legend of the two fingers raises faith. Fingers cannot speak, yet these were eloquent. Persistently did they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus did we gain the words of our faith. That is weird as shit. That's really fucking strange. Though I feel that kind of goes without saying that that's not fucking normal in the slightest. So now that's done. I do believe we could head over here now. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see some people like the thumbnail for this stream. I thought it was pretty good. Because ideally, we will be doing Caria Manor. Like, we're gonna do the Brajer stuff after this, and then do Raya Lucaria. At least a little bit of it. This will probably end up being like a 4-hour stream. I didn't expect to basically spend like a fucking hour in the Caria Crystal Tunnel. There's also a mushroom called Dead Man's Fingers, which just looks like the two fingers. That's very interesting. What do you know? Another big well. I love big wells. I love riverbanks and their incredibly unsettling ambiance. Don't you guys also love that? Well, this place is definitely not as far below. What do we have here? Oh, well. Oh, I got it. I got it, I just got the joke. Directly to hell. Wonder what circle of hell people go to for bad puns. Heresy, maybe? Or maybe violence. Because, you know, that shit is definitely some kind of psychological violence. So there are these big-ass ants that live down here for some reason. They seem to really like eating dead people. Yeah, they go to heresy. That makes sense. Would you mind fucking off, please? They do mind that, actually. Ah, I see. We're now in a Dark Souls 2 area. This also works because there's that one giant ant thing in the gutter. This closeted gay man down here absolutely fucks with the organ. Oh, well, that's good. By the way, we got 10 people in here. If you guys just hopped in and you haven't already, hit that like button. If everyone watching does that, we'll hit 10 likes in no time. So, down that way is to the... Okay, actually, no. This isn't the main way. This is just that waterfall. I love magical grease. You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. By the way, you don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. Thank you for telling me. That was very informative, I have to say. Grease. Oh, my first level spell. Love first level spells. Grace Mimic. I believe this is our homeward bone item. If I'm remembering correctly. No. Light shows the path, but without order. What the fuck does that mean? A fetish indicating the guidance of grace. Craftable item. Similar to grace, this fetish draws rays guiding the way, only without any sense of order. Useful as a last resort for those who have lost their way, or for use by those who believe that unrefined guidance will lead to truer encounters. Oh, so it tells you where to go. Okay. You get a little bit of guidance with grace on the go. Oh, hi. It's useless? Oh, fascinating. A dark sign item? No, I believe that is, our, other thing. Yeah, the Memory of Grace. You know, they won't tell you this, but the secret homeward bone item is just exiting out of the game and rejoining during a boss fight. That's your way to get out. Like, if you die to a boss, and you're like, shit, I cannot beat this thing now, but I have like 30,000 souls in there. Ow. But what the fuck, there's no homeward bone item. Well, you just go in, you grab them, and then you exit out of the game. It really is that easy. It's uncanny how easy it is. Ow! Can you imagine if you walked up to something and its first instinct was just to piss at you? Actually, I'm pretty sure there are some things like that. Now, where the fuck did all of this shit come from? Average Aberdeenshire encounter. You have those big rats down there too? Not big rats, big ants. I'm barely paying attention right now. You thought these were rooftops? This would be an interesting place for rooftops. You were talking about the piss reflex? I see. I remember one time I seemingly threw up on command, like, into the sink. I was just kind of like, ugh, and then I did it. And I was like, what the fuck? It wasn't a lot. It was just like a little bit. Like, throwing up in your mouth quantities. But it gave me the distinct impression that somehow I was able to vomit on command. Like, some kind of, creature in the wild. Obviously, I have never replicated such a feat, because vomiting is unpleasant. But perhaps theoretically, if I were ever in some sort of life or death scenario, like perhaps if someone were attempting to assault me, kidnap me, kill me, I could literally just vomit on them, and they would probably be freaked the fuck out and run away. Because I imagine, you know, it's very different. For like, I'm an oddball? What do you mean? You can vomit on command, but only because you're telling time. That's very unfortunate. I would become like one of those video game enemies that just vomits up acid. Like, do you ever think about how enemies like that are literally fucking throwing up, like they're ejecting the contents of their stomachs? Whereas these guys are just like pissing on me or something. Could use a self-defense thing. Very lucky to have me. I'm a very interesting critter. I saw that Snapchat screenshot. Like, you're an interesting critter, bro. I personally consider it a great compliment to be called an interesting critter. Tells us he can vomit on command. How am I an oddball? Do I know the movie Bob challenge? No, what's the movie Bob challenge? He is? Thank you. I try to be an interesting critter. I should take it that way? That's very good. I love being a critter. Just like the iconic Dark Souls 2 enemy, the Royal Rat Authority. The Royal Rat Authority is the only video game enemy that throws up as an attack that I genuinely believe is vomiting. Because usually it's like the last thing it does before it dies is one final fuck you. For the great displeasure of fighting the Royal Rat Authority. Royal Rat Authority. More like Royal Shat Authority because it's a fucking terrible boss. It's an amazing boss fight. Oh yeah, certainly. Oh, it's definitely amazingly terrible. It's amazing in how bad it is. Like, you see what they do and you're like, well, that's incredible. This is Ool Palace. Presumably this was like, I don't know, maybe Noxtala's equivalent to like the fucking, actually, now that I think about it, America doesn't really live in a castle. Isn't that strange? There's not really much of a castle there. Then again, I suppose that like Anor Londo doesn't really have a castle in it. You don't really need to when you live in like a big city. You're just mad you aren't in the... Wait, what? I would not want to be in the authority. She lives in a church. Yeah, that's more accurate. You killed that fly that's been in your room? That's very good. That thing was probably reaching the end of its lifespan anyway, because flies don't live for very long. Celestial Dew. I think that's a key item? Yes, indeed. Carry out absolution of the Church of Vows. A hidden tier found in the Eternal City, also known as a night tier, allows one to carry out an absolution at the Church of Vows, reversing all antagonizations. Once upon a time, the stars of the night sky guided fate, and this is a recollection of those times. This is a tier. Presumably it's like the silver tiers, like the magic... Seems like the Eternal City folks really like making magical liquids that had various magical properties. The Movie Bob Challenge is going to McDonald's, ordering 4 cheeseburgers, 2 large sets of fries, 2 sets of chicken nuggets, and 4 large Cokes. He calls that a small amount of food. When did he call that a small amount of food? I must get the context for this. Hello, Astel. So, I have taken to calling the gross space things Astels. Has anyone figured out what Astel's name means? Has anyone looked into the goddamn linguistics of it or whatever? Because I know we found out stuff like, oh, Godwin's name means, like, friend of God and stuff. A massive lie? Wow, really? I guess that just means we're gonna have to eat him. Yeah, I believe that we have the falling star beasts, and I feel like they evolved to become the Astel. because it's really fucking weird that there are two Astals that are both called Astals, and the only difference is their title. Not their names, their titles. It's very strange to me. Oh, the cat is asking to be let in. He came in here last night, and he was doing some funny shit. So for starters, he was being incredibly affectionate. He was like coming up to me, rubbing up against me and stuff, sitting down next to me. Then he decides to come and jump up on top of my fucking headboard and walk around on top of it, something he's only done maybe 3 times in the 4 years we've lived here. Then comes down and basically immediately asks to leave. Hey man. The actual Japanese translation of Astal's name is interesting. If someone could find that, that would be interesting. Astal, plural Astal's mining dialect. An archer ceiling of boards placed above the workers' heads in a mine. So it's like a support structure. That is interesting and strange. Perhaps the Japanese translation will shed a little bit more light onto this, make things a little clearer. Hey Marbles, you sound quite happy. Do you have anything to say to the audience? Anything? No, he's just chilling, he's just vibing. Aster with an R means star or flower. Oh, my Japanese R's and L's. Yeah, everyone say hello to my cat. My ear is ringing. That's annoying. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, whenever your ear just starts randomly ringing, it's apparently your ear losing its ability to detect the frequency. It's why young people are able to hear sounds that older people can't, even by, like, not much. Bastard of the Darkness Astel? Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. Oh, Jesus. Comes from Asteroid? That makes sense. I mean, Bastard Stars is already, like, the sickest name for a weapon in this game, and we get that from Astel, obviously. Yeah, that's really cool. Wait, so if it is Natural Born of the Void called Bastard of Darkness? Or is that the Stars of Darkness one? They should name a twink that. That definitely seems like a twink's name. Ainsel River, Maine. Map of Ainsel River and environs. 2 great rivers flow beneath the lands between. So the Shifra and the Ainsel. This vast region is said to be the grave of civilizations that flourished before the Erd Tree. Once again of note, the Erd Tree and the Elden Ring are separate things, and the Elden Ring seemed to exist long before.
Is someone there?
I am.
Customer? Well, how long has it been?
What, are you telling me that, like, the muckmen don't come to buy shit from you? They should be a little bit more grateful. Gravity Stone Fan. Shard of rock found in the wake of a meteorite strike. It's imbued with a particularly weighty magic. The desperate ones who scavenge for these shards dub themselves Star Callers. Oh, yeah, that's another. To answer your question from earlier, what's an epithet that I really like? Well, one is certainly Star Scourge. That's definitely one. Part of it can be literally translated as Fallen Child. It's the first Astel. Then I wonder what the one is for the Stars of Darkness. Where did you get the leaves to make this tent? There aren't any trees down here. Have you just carried that whole thing around with you? Hi. Yeah, that's just Astal, like, straight up. They're a little furled up, but that's just Astal. The designs of Astal, of the Natural Born, and Falling Star Beasts, based on an insect called an antlion. I am familiar with antlions because of Half-Life, and no other thing. In fact, I don't know what real-life antlions even look like. Try to find the video you watched where they explained everything. I appreciate that. Very much. You good there, Marbs? He does this thing occasionally where he just sits around and like kneads on something for 10 minutes, and if you poke him, there you go, he'll make a noise. And then he just leaves, and then he just sits there for 5 minutes and licks his balls, such as he's doing right now. You hate the fire giant? Great. That's fantastic. It is indeed marbles. What a guy. What a man. 13 and a half. Give or take. Give me an Eisenhorn. Yeah, could you, gentlemen? I'm assuming your gender, forgive me. Leave me the fuck alone. The namesake for Operation Pussy? Are you serious? You named it after my cat? He's just sitting here looking at me like I'm an insane person. He looks very confused. So it was meant to be marbles as opposed to ball bearings. I see. Interesting. Was my cat's name in mine, hence why it's called Operation Pussy? The name was initially Operation Miss Cat, but Playfree said it was too on the nose. I see. So instead you called it Operation Pussy? Wow. Oh wait, this is where the 3s are. So obviously there are basilisks here. You guys like places that are just absolute fucking reeking shitholes? This seems like literal hell. I think this place is more like hell than the fucking Mount Gelmir, which is literally a volcano. Oh, we got some soap. I don't believe we have any other soap, do we? No, that's our first bit of soap, right outside the Lake of Rot, of course. Removes filth and accumulations on the body. Plant-based soap made from mushroom juice. Yummy. Craftable item. Cleans off filth and other accumulations on the body while also slowly reducing poison buildup. Filth covering the exterior eventually seeps inside, soiling one's very spirit. And that's why you gamers should always remember to take a shower. Never forget that, kids. Please bathe regularly. Isn't it funny how many... I believe I saw someone point out how a lot of various games, I think even Nintendo games, are like, hey, please, like, fucking get up, get dressed, clean your house, take a shower, go out on a date or something. Live a normal, productive life. How many games are just that lately? Does anyone remember that fucking soap that had like a picture of an anime girl inside of it? that was meant to encourage weebs to bathe, because if they managed to wear down the bar of soap enough, they could get to the picture of the anime girl inside. This goes hard. It's been a little while since I've come in here. I actually don't fight this boss very often now that I think about it. I just never really think to. Because the Ainsel River well is a little bit more out of the way than the Shifra one. This is very interesting. For starters, very Bloodborne shit here. I have my doubts about whether this is just architecture or not. Now, it's as though I had something like that when I was 6. I had a block of soap with some figure in it, but it vanished one day and he was never freed. That is very depressing. I would like to find such a thing. I like how much more subdued this is than the Shifra one. Like, you just have the little sparkles, you got a little bit of the city there with the waterfalls coming out of, like, the aqueducts. And you just have this big fucker here. This unexplained lore goes hard. I don't think this is totally unexplained. Well, these statue things are a little unexplained. I don't know what their deal is. But there is reference at one point to the Eternal City trying to create their own lord to just make the greater will irrelevant. Because, you know, Elden Lord and such has been kind of a thing that's existed forever. But the denizens of the Eternal City, the Nox, did not want to be constrained by that, so they tried to create their own lord. Presumably someone that could create rules of their own for stuff. And I do believe that's what this thing is. And I think it's the only one. I think there might be another one in Nokron. It's been a while, I can't quite remember. Oh, you can hear him. Hey, buddy. Just fucking... Where were you hiding? Were you just on the ceiling or something? So, fun fact. Those of you who watched my first playthrough, and you can always go back to rewatch it. When I fought this guy, after my first attempt, the music just stopped playing. Like, the music broke for the boss. It makes sense since this is more peaceful. It's a palace and not just a city. That's true. Ooh! Give it! Oh yeah, he does kind of do a bit of a gibby, doesn't he? Oh. This guy is... Well, maybe it's because he only has... This one has 2 phases as opposed to the other one. But he is weaker than the one in Nokron. He does way less damage, unless I'm just going insane. Oh yeah! Yeah, you stand up on your feet. I love that shit. Love it when Lorien does it, love it when these guys do it. Yeah, you tell them. And by them, I mean me, I guess. So you have wings somehow. Ouch. Uh-oh. Interesting how he's the easiest one, but he's also the most complete one? I don't know. He's the one you get the achievement for beating. Oh yeah, we did decide that Lightning Frost would be called Flash Freeze. Well, it's sick as shit, so, you know. I remember this guy gave me a lot of trouble back during the first playthrough. It took me quite some time to beat him. Presumably because I was just kind of much more shit at the game back then. I don't believe the one on the Lake of Rot transforms, because that would be fucked up. That would be fucked up. Damn. We got him pretty close. Since it's been a while, I'll remind you guys of the rule. If I cannot beat a boss in 5 attempts, I'm allowed to start using summons. Alternatively, if it is a gank boss or a boss I just fucking despise, I can just use summons right from the start. Will it work? Oh? Okay, it will. I think the reason it broke in my first playthrough was because he comes in so far away that it doesn't really recognize the bosses starting. But only does that for the soundtrack for some reason. Ouch. Behind this one's really fucking hard. Don't quote me on that one. Yeah. You're going to work. Oh, I forgot you occasionally work like night shifts or whatever. I would never want to work a night shift. Having a normal-ish sleep pattern is way too important to me. Also, I would hate to just totally miss out on days because of some shitty job. It would be funny if the music got quieter the further you got away from it. Said work out, not work. Oh, well, my fucking... They cut off the messages when I'm reading them off the TV. I'm not looking at chat right now. That's what they all say. Fuck. Oh, Jesus. That scared the fuck out of me. Hello, Kizmir. How you doing? Am I winning? Debatable. There you go. Moog is sleeping with a fake Mikola. The real Mikola is in a soap prison. This sounds incredibly conspiratorial. I wonder if there is some sort of lands between equivalent to QAnon. Anyway. Frozen Lightning Spear. The only Lightning Frost incantation? The only Flash Freeze incantation, I do believe. Which means, I think, we now have the only two Flash Freeze things in the game. Stabs with Ice Lightning Spear from above. Incantation that channels the power of the Dragonkin soldiers. Creates a spear of ice lightning and stabs it into the ground from above. On impact, the spear will burst into trails of lightning advancing forwards. The Dragonkin were born into the Eternal City, where they knew no true sky, nor true lightning. Instead, ice lightning was their weapon. So this is literally just artificial lightning created by the Nox, I guess. Very interesting. If people are making horror content about the hours you work, you need to reevaluate some things. They can make horror out of anything. Yeah, that's true, but like working the night shift is definitely a bit spookier. I just noticed this thing is explicitly a dragon soldier. Look at its little shriveled up, failed wings. Isn't that interesting? Q Dagon. I could maybe see it. I can't remember if there's a site of grace around here or not. Ooh, big fancy. Great ghost glowwort. This is really early to get that. This peaceful, serene place I stayed at a few times was haunted. Even real life makes horror out of everything. Well, that's just because real life is full of a wide variety of horrific things. There's a site of grace. So now what we're gonna do, we are gonna go check out that thing that Fia gave us a map to. Yeah. Where exactly was that again? Right up around here, I do believe. So. No, it doesn't seem to be positioned anywhere particularly interesting. Sometimes there are very interesting overlaps between places that are underground and overground. Such as the fact that Mohg's palace, I do believe, is right under Radon's boss arena, which is why there's so much fucking blood down there. Am I winning? I am winning. I just beat the Dragonkin Soldier of Noxtella. Yeah, that thing seems pretty lordly, if you ask me. Usually when you make a big god thing, you want to make it big, because oftentimes size denotes importance, power, authority. Ooh, man, is it thundering out there. We've had some rainy weather the last few days. Yesterday, oh my fucking god, was it coming down. Now, yeah, once again, now we know where the old palace is. I guess Astel didn't get everything because this shit is still here. Wish it would rain here, it's been way too sunny. I know my uncle lives out in Cape Cod, and he says that, like, it's been like 3 months since they've gotten real rain. Like, rain that lasted for more than 2 minutes. Enough rain to, like, add moisture to the ground and shit. Though that seems to be pretty standard for their summers as of the last few years. Which seems like kind of a bad sign. That was a big bitch. I like how much of the stuff up in Altus and Landell you can see from down here. Always a big fan of that stuff. This game has really great world design at, like, the opposite end of the spectrum from Dark Souls 1. But Dark Souls 1 was really impressive just because of how everything was stacked on top of each other. It was really interconnected. Whereas this world is very vast and sprawling, but like, it's all interconnected. You can see almost everything from everywhere else. That enchantment on his sword is interesting. It kind of looks like the Omen magic. Black Knife Catacombs. Oh, that beast eye is a quiver, and oh god. Is DS1 on a larger scale? Kinda. 100 degrees is not normal. For summertime, it's kind of normal for a lot of places that aren't here. Florida somehow rarely... Like, our highest temperatures, despite being the southernmost state, is upper 90s. And it's all because of the low elevation sea breeze. And, you know, currents and such. Those places should not be inhabited. You say that, that's starting to take up a larger and larger portion of the planet. Think about people that live out in, like, the fucking deserts and shit. I hope you're ready for climate refugees within the next 10 years or so. Bellum is Latin for war, by the way? Oh, that's very interesting. Also explains a lot, given that, you know, apparently Melania and her army marched down through here to go to fucking Caelid. Alright. These guys are being kept alive by a necromancer. Or more specifically, Ghost Flame is keeping them alive. Anything of note here? Oh, whoopsie. That's awkward. Hello, gentlemen. Ow. Fuck you. Ah. There we go. Ghost Flame, remove the first 6 letters and see the truth. Oh, lame. Oh, I see the truth. Thought it was seeing the truth within the flame. But no, it turns out it's just lame. What a travesty. You live in Kentucky, and your weather's both really cold and very hot. Yeah, that's just kind of most places that have seasons now. Is the winters are fucking freezing, and the summers are unbearably hot. Just look at all the fucking nor'easters they get up in, like, New England now. And then, above 100 degree weather. So, naturally, because those who live in death are here, we can summon D to help us out with this one. Were there any other bosses that we're able to summon D for? I think I remember someone saying something about one of them, but I can't remember which one it was. Now, there were a few NPC summons that I just straight up wasn't aware of. How you doing, D? Let's go. Now, I was wondering, was the first time in a while when you have like big amounts of snow for a while. That's interesting. Winters used to be much worse though, not anymore. Maybe not for you. I think it depends on where you are. You can summon D's brother for the gargoyle fights, but oh great, the chat's not fucking working. You're not sure. There are a few... 8 or so years ago, there were places up in the mountains where it would get to like 10 feet. That's crazy. I remember one of the like last years that we lived up north, and according to my dad was like part of the last straw and us deciding to move, was one winter where there was so much snow that we literally could not get out our back door. It fucking covered the back door. My memory's escaping me now. I could have sworn we had some boss fight in D&D that used the black knife over. And I can't recall what it was. This is sounding very familiar to me. I can't quite put my finger on it. Assassin's Cerulean Dagger and the Black Knife print. Oh, the Malphas? Oh, I was kind of thinking it might have been Raum, but I wasn't sure. I thought he had something else. I thought it was a reuse of something for some reason. Just to show my memory's failing me, which is a bad sign. I think my family just kind of has some inherited thing of bad memory, because my dad and my aunt also tend to have bad memories. Oh, that guy's getting absolutely fucked. Alright. Let's see that black knife print. I know the Cerulean one has the same thing. Misk Dementia Arc continues. You say this, but do not forget. My grandfather literally has dementia and Alzheimer's, so I do believe the health risk actually exists for me to eventually, hopefully not until I'm old as shit, start losing my mind. Black knife print. On the night of the Black Knives, someone stole a fragment of death from Malekith the Black Blade and imbued its power into the assassin's dagger. This mark is evidence of the ritual and hides the truth of the conspiracy. I don't know how the fuck that works. Like, I'm not sure what exactly this is, but okay. Can't wait for Misk of the Abyss DLC. That should be a lot of fun. Again, so many things I can't believe I just completely missed in my first playthrough, such as literally every named reference to Malekith prior to us encountering him in Farum Azula. Like, how did I do that? Is it a rune? No, I forget what Fia's description of it was, but I guess it's like part of the casting for making the Black Knives. Excuse me, sir, can you fuck off? Thank you. The crab. The biggest, the hugest. Oh, I'm stupid, I forgot actually I'm supposed to go up there. Supposed to be glyph like the cipher weapon. That's true, I suppose. I was trying to remember what that thing's name was a little while ago. Thank you for unintentionally reminding me. Oh my fucking god, dude. I'm a very happy man. Nothing but love in this smile. Nothing but abject joy and happiness. I fucking love that divorce selfie picture. It is so good. Ah. Oh, okay, hold on. I see Sunny there posted the Bob Chipman, the movie Bob challenge. This is not that is a meal for like 6 people. Maybe 4 if one of them is really, like if you're really hungry people. Because, like, there are people that can, like, eat a whole, like, fucking, double quarter pounder or whatever. Actually, hold on. It looks like one of these is just, like, a normal cheeseburger, and then the other ones are double cheeseburgers. Then, I think those are 10-piece McNuggets, with large fries, and then large Cokes. This is a meal for 4 to 6 people. But according to the movie Bob, that's a fairly small amount of McDonald's for an average-sized person, I'd say. The main reason fast food cooks so fast and lasts so short is that there isn't much density to it. I wouldn't want to eat a double helping of nuggets in that time frame, but I could easily. Why would you admit this on Twitter? Why the fuck would you... Oh my fuck. Yeah, Neve says I would explode. I would literally die attempting to eat this. I also imagine consuming that quantity of grease would cause the vast majority of people to either throw up or shit themselves after doing so. Wouldn't Koji consider that a small meal? Koji could eat that. Koji could eat that. Until the end of time, I think the defining moment for Koji for me will be when he was like, hey guys, I got these 4 double cheeseburgers from Wendy's. I'm gonna eat all of them. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he just gives us an update every time he eats one of them. And I remember the update for like 2 of them was within 5 minutes of each other, maybe less. It was just the most... It was like standing back and watching like a fucking house burn down or something. Like it was just awestruck horror watching as Koji slowly updated us on him eating 8 fucking patties of Wendy's burgers in one sitting. He operates on cartoon logic 100%. That would explain many things. A great many things would be explained by that. Someone should go back and find that. I swear to God, Koji must have some kind of fucking stomach tumor or something. There's no way in hell. It also led me to question whether or not I believed him when he said he literally ate everything in his house. Like, all of the food in his house. This man, Koji, built like fucking Terraria. Make sure he doesn't eat anyone's cats or infant children. Haha, get fucked. Which reminds me, has Salmonella uploaded any new videos in the past, like, 2 years? It's been a while. Or Salmonella. Yeah, Terraria, that is the one. He is the guy, that French guy. Least disgusting French person. That is still a funny joke comic. How did it go? Hey, do you not pray before you eat? No, I'm French. I know my food is good. Which even Griever admits, to give credit to the French, they know how to cook. No, he hasn't, sadly. SMH. Do you like the tweet from Crazy Frog on the 6th, though? Oh, so he's not dead. That's good. Was it Crazy Frog tweeting out the word penis or something? I believe that was a thing Crazy Frog did the other day. I wonder who names the locations in these games, because a lot of them seem to be named for shit that most people would not be aware of being here. Clover says, hey miss, can you say pecan for me? Yeah, there you go. Pecan. Is there some sort of debate going on about how to pronounce it? Pecan or pecan? Oh, hey, another one of these things. Oh, fuck you. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, you boys know what that means. Wait, do I actually have the fucking mana to summon this guy? I don't! That was so silly of them. So true. So very true. You know the rules, it's a gank fight. And that means there are no rules. Mr. Sprungler, you've met your match. Lee Harvey, I have a new target for you. Another big boss. I know you really like shooting those ones. No. Wow, he is doing quite a bit of damage. Look how weak this boss is. Is it spawning these? Oh, they only resurrect after like a delay. That's annoying. You are terribly annoying, sir. Well, that was something. Definitely one of the bosses. Twin Sage Sorcerer. Give me that death root. I need to feed my boy Garank. He is hungry. Speaking of hungry, I'm also hungry. That's what happens when you don't finish your dinner. Put another movie Bob sin in Discord. Oh. What the fuck is this? What is this? Roast whole chicken, marinated 3 days in Mountain Dew, stuffed with lemon, lime, and kiwi, olive oil, salt, pepper rub. Wow, that... Wow, I think I'm actually speechless. Wow. Well, back when you saw the profile pictures of people that liked your tweets. This is a meal, Mountain Dew. What is the obsession that, like, a fucking fat white people have with Mountain Dew? What is the obsession? I do not understand. My uncle introduced me to a concept several years ago called, like, Dew Mouth or something. You see it in people that just fucking drink Mountain Dew all the time, usually hicks. And basically, their teeth are rotting out of their skull. In, like, a very specific way. Very, common in people that just fucking drink Mountain Dew all the time. It's part of some wacky gamer thing or something. I know Mountain Dew is, like, gamer fuel. But it seems to be very popular among non-gamers. You know, like 30 to 40-year-old overweight white people that live out in like rural areas. That's your aunt? She drinks Mountain Dew all the time? I did not know that. I know my uncle who I've never met. My uncle I was just talking about's brother. I think he mentioned that he has fucking dew mouth or something, because, well, he just eats like fucking shit all the time and doesn't actually, no, he doesn't have dew mouth. He just has like 4 teeth left. Nationalist fuel? I think those guys are a little more than just nationalist. Oh my god. Fucking cosmic horror. Oh, Kofa got an 86 on his first calculus test. Very good. Oh no, Koga's getting publicly executed? That's terrible. That is so awful. Anyway, speaking of hunger, I'm fucking hungry. I've also developed a craving for McDonald's now for some fucking reason, so I probably gonna get McDonald's tomorrow. And now that I've said this, now I have to hang out with Clover tomorrow, because now that I've said this, she's gonna want to go get McDonald's. That's how it works. Cosmic Horror, the fucking Google Chrome anime girl that Cave posted in Art and Media. Heavenly says, as a hick adjacent, I don't understand it either. It reminds me of the Monster Energy Kyle relation. How strange. Oh, look at the faces. Look at the faces she's making. Now we have to go get McDonald's tomorrow. You have a cherry pie craving, so you're gonna grab one on your way home from the meeting on Thursday? That's an excellent idea. I still insist. Listen. Having the freedom to just get whatever you want is so nice. Like, when I was doing that job hunting a few months ago, and I was just like, you know what? I feel like getting some pizza for lunch. And then I just did. I just went into this pizza place by myself, got 2 big pieces of pizza and a fucking pink lemonade, and just sat there and ate it by myself. And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And I've had that experience. I had that again recently, the other day, when I went to the game store to get that Warhammer shit. It was an incredibly liberating sensation to be able to just go someplace because I feel like it, and then just buy whatever I want. And not have a bitch in your ear telling you not to spend money on things. That's also one of the big perks of not having to, like, ask your parents for money or rides places anymore, is because whenever you do that, you're getting some kind of judgmental commentary. Or them just straight up telling you not to do things, or that you can't do something. But when you're an adult that can just do whatever you want, no one's gonna fucking stop you. And that is, like, the only great thing about being an adult, is just being able to do whatever the fuck you want. Hello, Corin.
Ah, you appear to be doing well. Very good. Well then, would you like to learn an incantation?
Not really.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
Can't wait till I can, like, move out of town, hopefully for further education, and I can actually go out and eat wherever without country folk being country folk. I imagine that'll be a life-changing experience.
You've been busy weeding Deathroot, I take it.
I have.
I thank you, as your brother in arms. So what can I do for you?
Not really much of anything. Imagine living in a country. I know, right? You know me, I just live out in the middle of international waters. Remember that guy? Holy shit, same brain right now. International waters clears. My man. Neve, we're on the same wavelength right now. That's very impressive. Yo, Roger, I got this knife print thing. I'm sure you think that's neat or something, I don't know. You're kind of a weirdo.
Always good to see you safe. So, what do you need?
I don't need shit. Here's this thing.
This is a black knife print. I can scarcely believe you managed to get your hands on this. You recall our conversation about the Night of the Black Knives, yes?
Vaguely.
They say the assassins who carried out the deed were scions of the Eternal City. A group entirely of women, arrayed in armor of silver under cloaks which fooled the eye. The knives they wielded, though, were imparted with the power of the Rune of Death through sinister rite. Please, I beg of you, lend me the knife print for a time. I'd love nothing more than to tease out its secrets. Though only a fragment, a very specific ritual had to be performed to impart the power of the Rune of Death. Traces of the one who performed the rite are sure to remain in the imprint.
I suppose that's why it's like bluish and frosty.
I'm certain it will help me see.
That's definitely a perspective on the matter. Yeah, Roger's not like those other girls. Yes, I am gonna bring up the guy who tried to start a country on an oil rig. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. What was it? Oceania or something? Though I'm pretty sure Oceania is the name of, like, the fucking region that Australia's in. Oil rig country. That's what it is. The Principality of Sealand. I love Sealand. You know, Sealand has its own soccer jerseys? I do believe. Oh, this is fascinating. Oh, this is incredible. A micronation. Motto, E Mare Libertas. From the sea, freedom. Status, unrecognized state. Organizational structure, constitutional monarchy. Of course it is. Prince. From 1967 to 2012, it was Patty Roy Bates. From 2012 to present, it's Michael Bates. Establishment declared on the 2nd of September 1967. So it just turned 55 a little over a week ago, like a week and a half ago. Purported currency, the Sealand dollar. They have a website, sealandgov.org, because they can't do sealand.gov. Since 1987, when the United Kingdom extended its territorial waters to 12 nautical miles, the platform has been in British territory. I see, and that's why it's an unrecognized... So it's really just some guy living out on an abandoned oil rig, saying it's a country. This is like that one episode of Family Guy where Peter declares that his house is an independent country. What are their sports? They have their own sports team. Yeah, the Sealand football team. The Sealand National Football Association is an associate member of the Novell Federation Board, a football sanctioning body for non-recognized states and states not members of FIFA. Wait, that's just a thing? How many non-recognized states are there? Well, this is about to be a fucking rabbit hole stunlock that I don't need to get into. That's how you can tell it was started by an Englishman. That's a constitutional Yep, that lines up pretty well. Oh yeah, we need to sit down and throw random shit on an iceberg template. That'd be a funny thing to do for a few hours. We should do that one stream.
Oh, still need something?
No, definitely not. Let me go talk to Fia again and see if she wants anything. Oh, you said the Englishman bit about the soccer football thing. Oh,
would you like me to hold you?
I misunderstood. you could understand my assumption. They're a footy-mad country. That I do know. I know they love their fucking soccer. Oh, my apologies, their football.
You are so very warm.
Thanks. What's the deal with Roger?
I heard that you lent a hand to dear Roger.
I did.
He seemed positively elated. He must be possessed of great mental fortitude. It anchors his will and sustains him, despite his grievous wounds. You truly are a champion to dear Roger, and myself too.
Thanks.
Then good day to you, my dear.
Anyway. Oh, sorry about the books. Interesting painting. Just remembered, I think there was another item I forgot to look at because I was busy getting murked by those ants earlier. Yes, the immunizing horn charm. An accoutrement worn by the ancestral followers raises immunity. And then it has the same description as that there. Fantastic. You know what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen? We're gonna go pay a trip to Gurant, because I need to do that. I need to go see my mans. Gurant. The Beast Clergyman. And with this, we'll have given him, what, 4? I forget if it's 4 or 5 that triggers his big thing. Here's 1.
I'm not sated. Feed me more death.
Bestial vitality. Heals HP over a period of time. Incantation taught by Gurant, Beast Clergyman. Having gained intelligence, the beasts must have felt how their wildness slipped away as civilization took hold. It's very interesting. There was a video about a guy making food that Kratos would eat, but it was sadly unlisted. That sounds like it'd be a really interesting thing. That's very unfortunate. I hope someone has a link to it somewhere. Because as long as it's only unlisted, you can still watch it. It's a different story if it got privated. That one, oh.
Strange. There's something else. But the death yet quenches.
I wonder what that something else is.
Bring more.
Ash of War Beast's Roar. I wonder if it's because it was spreading around through the roots of the Erd tree. It has like little traces of grace in it or something, and he's like, that tastes interesting. Let's see, where's Beast's Roar? Not really any lore there. But when we reload the area... Oh yes, indeed. He's a little bit... a little upset. And he's, he's Malekith, so he's really fucking strong. he's hungry. I'm also very hungry. So after we give him a bit of a beating, however long that'll take, I'm gonna take like a break to go finish eating my sandwich from earlier. I do hunger. That meatloaf left me unfilled and full of sadness. Oh. Come over here, buddy. One of your favorite channels is called Tasting History. Got a guy that makes ancient recipes. There is a channel of a guy who makes like colonial era recipes from like cookbooks that came out in the 17 and 1800s. It's really interesting. And a lot of the recipes look good. Meet your friend with his own shotgun and pebbles. Why he Urple? That's a very good question. Why is he Urple? Then I'm just gonna throw a bunch of shit at him. It's only fair. Oh, that guy's getting fucked up. Let's see, what do I have for throwing shit? Not much, actually. Oh, I love blood loss. Let's do that. Grunk! Ow! Ow! That scared the shit out of me. This is your daily reminder that Malakups are really fucking hard boss. Wow, that was fast. Doors! How do they even work? Okay. Fuck cheesing him. We're just gonna have to fight him, really. That seems to be the case here. Same interior designer as the Gods Can Do arena? Well, I mean, they're in Furu Missoula. Gronk is here from Furu Missoula to an extent, or attempts to go there from here. So, actually, he's a Beastman, so he would be from Furu Missoula anyway. I wish I could figure out. Well, I need to dodge into them, obviously. I'm just very incompetent. That was too early. Gronk is a doctorate in interior design. I mean, he's a pretty well-spoken fellow. I would not be surprised if he received a sufficient higher education. Wow. To be fair, and that is about what would happen when fighting him in Furu Missoula. At that point in the game, you're gonna get killed by that combo. Try it again. Not fashion though, he's wearing a potato sack. It's like... he's just wearing a poncho over his actual outfit, which fucking slaps. You know, you can't be getting the Black Blade's armor all dirty and fucking tailored shit. When the fuck is that? I was just about to say, when the And why can't I lock onto him right now? What the fuck? Ouch. Dead? Oh, no, not dead. How did that not hit him? There we go. There, smack some sense into you. You look into your amulet, you remember death. You good, man?
Put it away. I won't forget. Again. My appetite. My sin. So please. Enough.
I don't know why you're begging for mercy here. If you just kept going for like another 10 seconds, you would have killed the shit out of me.
Put it away. I won't forget. Again, my appetite. My sin. So please.
Man. America sure is a bitch, huh? That she sure is. Hello, other, Shadow. Roger, you figure out that thing yet?
Ah, hello. I was hoping to see you. My examination is complete. Here's the knife print back, with my thanks.
You're welcome.
Now I have a fairly good idea who performed the rite upon the blade. The person who orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives. Lunar Princess Rani. One of the children born to King Consort Radon.
Good job beating the fire giant, Paul. Congratulations.
And sister to General Radon and Praetor Rykard. Hers was the name I discovered in the imprint.
Fascinating.
Truly, you have my thanks. But if I might be so bold, I would like to ask something more of you. If Rani truly is the one who plotted that fateful night, then she should bear the curse mark of destined death somewhere upon her flesh. I would like you to procure it for me. And then all will be laid bare. I will have the answers I have sought for so long.
Where's Rani?
I have some idea of Rani's potential whereabouts. There's a manor to the north of the Academy of Rea Lucaria. It is the familial home of the Carian royals, from whom Rani descends. There's been talk of the old royals' vassals gathering there in recent years. Rani's whereabouts since the shattering are a well-kept secret. She hasn't been seen even once, but I suspect she might have returned to the manor in which she was born.
Fascinating. Very interesting. Why do you want a curse mark?
I'm afraid there's something I must tell you. Do you know of those who live in death?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
The very notion of life in death defies the Golden Order. By Dee's account, these defiled fiends must be expunged. But truth be told, I seek the curse mark to save them. You may find this peculiar, but I discovered something in my examination of the Night of the Black Knives. These souls have committed no offense. They have every right to life, only they happen to touch upon a flaw in the Order.
Well, good thing I got that ending on my other character the other day.
Yes, indeed. If Dee knew what drives me now, he would surely boil over with rage. Or perhaps he would even feel some pity. But no need to fret. None of that will come to pass.
You're right
I can tell a
about
good lie when I need to.
I could theoretically just tell him what you're doing. Do I have that option?
Ah, hello there. What can I do for you?
No, I can't. What a shame. Very immersion breaking that I can't do that. What a terrible game. Anywho. Here, we'll go here. We'll go here, actually. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna finish eating a sandwich, and then I'll be back. So I'll be back in like 15 minutes or something. You folks just sit tight. Go, I don't know, take a bathroom break, grab a beverage or a snack yourselves, and we'll be back after this short break. And what do you know? I'm back. Let's see how many likes we have now on the stream. 9. We're 1 away from hitting that magic double-digit number. If one of you are in here, and you haven't already, hit that like button. All it takes is one person. So I wonder what the purpose of the 4 belfries is. Beg for it? Could you please get me up to 10 likes? I would appreciate it. Are these things shooting fucking blood at me? No, that's poison. It's just red because they're red. Ow. Oh, there's a little Caria in here. I never noticed that. Oh, I see. This is a mild predicament. Bit of a predicadonk. Pardon me, sir. My wish has been granted. Oh, it's you from your other account. Well, thank you. I have no idea what's in this chest. Carian Knight's Sword. Fascinating. Let's take a look at that item description. Ow, ow. Ouch. Ow, ow. You gentlemen mind? Could you please fuck off? Thank you. Oh, hey, we got a pumpkin out here. Hello. Straight sword embedded with a blue glintstone, weapon of knights sworn to Carian royalty. These knight swords could serve as catalysts, letting them wield sorcerers' battle skills. Despite numbering fewer than 20, this power made them a match for even the champions of gold in battle. Yeah, and so those guys were like elite knights, basically just the guards of the manor, I assume. Oh, hello. The 4 belfries. Now, would anyone care to enlighten me as to what exactly a belfry is? I assume it's like a bell tower? Crumbling lands. I assume that's for a Missoula. Because, I mean, these are all bell towers. Ow? This one's Precipice of Anticipation, that's the Chapel of Anticipation. This one... Night Sky Unceasing, I assume that's either Nocturne or Noxtilla. And then what was the last one? Or if the last one even had a teleporter. I'm not sure if it does. No, this is the one with the key. Imbued sword key. Now, reasonably, the only one you should ever really use it for is the Chapel of Anticipation, because it's the only way for you to get back there, so... Whereas the other ones you just end up getting to eventually. Unseals Sending Gate, but disappears upon use. Stone key shaped like a sword. A special item. Imbued with Rich blue magic. Breaks the seal on the imp statues guarding the sending gates enshrined in each belfry, but remains embedded in the statue after use, meaning it can only be used once as an item. Think well before using one. I have. Man, this place looks like shit during this time of day. This looks fucking terrible. Yeah, and this is the one for the chapel. Boop. Yes, I shall. And would you look at where we are? We're back in the not tutorial area. And here is our fairly lazy, unimpressive tutorial boss. Kind of. I do think this place being called the Chapel of Anticipation was a very self-aware thing on FromSoft's part, where they're like, yeah, everyone's really fucking excited for this game. What if instead of Chapel of Anticipation, it was Apple of Anticipation, like a consumable of some sorts? That'd be interesting. No, it's a big apple, like the entirety of New York. Well, that would also be interesting. But if it's an apple, I suppose it's still theoretically a consumable, because you could, like, take bites out of it, right? Buddy, you never do buffs when someone's attacking you. It's a bad idea. Leave openings. How many bites does it take to get to the core of New York? Probably, at least a few thousand. Ornamental straight sword, golden beast crest shield. We already know the lore on these guys, but since we just got the items... Ornamental straight sword. Slender straight sword patterned after an antique ornament. Superior swordsmen prefer to wield one in each hand. After falling from grace, the dregs of the golden lineage sought power and purpose in the past. So yeah, these guys I do not think are necessarily unwilling participants. Shield of dull gold, with a beast engraved as its crest. Lighter than most great shields, and subsequently easier to wield. The beast depicted as Siraj, aged counselor who guides the golden lineage. Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that other shitty fail-son members of the golden lineage went to Godric, who had the most power and influence out of all of them, and they were like, "Oh, Godric, please help us become powerful." And Godric was like, "I have just the thing for you, let me tell you. I just so happen to have this room full of spare body parts." We have to go up there. The Stormhawk King. That's a powerful name. Ashes of a Hawk which heeds no summon. Ashes of a Hawk revered by all others as sovereign back in the days when Stormvale's winds still raged like no other. Godric Phase 3, the extra foreskin? Why? What makes you think of this? I'm in the middle of reading this cool item description and you're like, ah yes, Godric Phase 3. all of the grafted extra foreskin. What is wrong with you? This ancient monarch is proud, however, refusing to answer anyone's summons. Well, wasn't that nice? Now, Neve, you've made me think about something terrible. The fact that there definitely is a ton of foreskin just lying around in the corpse pits up in Stormvale. Stormhawk Dean. Apparently Tater's legs fucking hurt. Well, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to happen when you're doing leg day. Summon Spirit of Stormhawk Dean. Spirit of a fierce hawk that faithfully rendered lifelong service to the old king of Stormvale long ago, when the true storm raged. Its cries embolden its fellows in battle, and the tempestuous winds that encircle it shred through foes. These true winds of Stormvale from back in the day. So there's references to the real age of the Erd Tree, when the Erd Tree was basically like having the fucking sun hanging around in your front yard. Oh, we're at 12 likes now? Nice. So the Erd Tree used to be a lot cooler, and apparently the winds of Stormvale used to be much more fucking ridiculous than just being like a strong breeze. Presumably it was like being in the, well, not middle, because then you'd be the eye. It's like being in that one part of a hurricane. Which wall of the hurricane is it usually? Is it usually the eastern or western side that's usually the most violent? Anyway, it's probably safe to assume that the Stormlord thing that Godfrey fought was, like, the king of the Stormhawks. So, like, possibly this thing, maybe? Which would then make, you know, Nefeli taking possession of it way more significant. Like, super fucking significant. Because, you know, she's his daughter. Storm King Demon Soul, but it's a hawk instead of a manta ray. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like what it would probably be. YouTube Studios being stupid. It's doing that shit where it's like, oh, you have one person watching the stream, even though I know for a fact that there is more than one person watching. Like, there are at least 3 people in here right now. YouTube is just stupid as shit. Hey, Nefeli.
No. How could I say that? Father has always given me his guidance. And now I've lost it.
Hear this cool shit.
Is that ash? I can smell the ancient storm in it. My thanks. I'll gladly take it. I'm not like Roderica. I don't feel the presence of spirits, let alone see them. Still, this ash, it reminds me of my first hawk. Thank you.
No problem.
In this ash, I can smell the ancient storm. It reminds me of my first...
Really interesting obscure lore thing where the name of Limgrave on the map used to be called the Continent of the Ocean God? Which weather makes me think that is what the storm slash... Okay, your comment has a lot of typos in it. Long story short, what have you missed? I left for like 15 minutes to eat a sandwich. Oh, and we did some more Gronk stuff, and Roger has told us to go talk to Ronnie. Go find Ronnie. I wonder... Will, what kind of sandwich? An Italian. I fucking love Italian subs. They're my shit. They're the go-to. For me, those are the default. They are the sub. Peak, my man. Well, good. You understand. We're on the same wavelength here. That's why those and fucking Publix chicken tender subs are the only subs I ever really get. Because, like, not really a need to get any other ones. Meepo! No, you know what? Yeah, the audible dapping up. Which, to be fair, is the second time I've done that today. The other time being for you. Italian subs are also very good, but obviously, you know, there's a difference between, like, a hot sub and a cold sub. Can I help you beat Godskin Duo? I cannot. I'm not on PS4. And I don't have a character that's a Godskin Duo right now. You can summon, Bernal, probably, if you did the Volcano Manor quest line. Or you could just, like, summon other people. I guarantee you there'll probably be some people online helping out Godskin people. Rickety shield, have we gotten that before? No. This piece of scrap isn't worth the effort of equipping. Lovely.
I must begin my search post-haste for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave.
That name combined with the weather of Limgrave and the unexplained wind powers points to there being an outer god of the sea and storm. Oh, maybe. Or it's just the weather, I don't know. What about the not liking cilantro because it's a genetic disability? Nah, I don't think we found any other disabilities other than that. Other than us, like, talking about how being able to wiggle your ears and fold your tongue is a genetic thing, and then that led me onto a tangent talking about various sci-fi novels. Okay, so, is Ghost Stock still just chilling here? I gots to know. I was thinking about doing Raya Lucaria tonight, but I don't think we're going to. But we'll do Caria Manor.
Now I can't I?
I have no idea how these people's quest lines work. The fucking Nefeli, Kenneth, Ghost Stock quest line, I don't understand it. The Iceberg Stream's lore will surpass every sci-fi novel ever? Oh, I don't doubt that. Your unbridled schizophrenia will certainly produce something horrifying. Remember, kids, you should also always be sure to become friends with someone who's just genuinely fucking deranged. Because they'll always think of really funny stuff. Speaking of reading Spark Notes. Speaking of reading. See, this is why commas are important. Speaking of reading. Spark Notes have been clutch for my English. That's what they're there for. I always love those funny little poster examples of why commas are important. You know, like, let's eat, Grandma. Yeah. You know, this game is just really nice in, like, a serene visual way. It's just really fucking nice to look at. Alright, I believe I had said that we would do Altus before doing Caelid, but I don't really see a reason for us not to do Caelid after we're done here. I understand, like, the scaling escalation goes from Altus to Caelid, but I don't know. Altus isn't as interesting as Caelid. Not the same, but I like the example of emphasis importance with the "I never said I fucked your mother" sentence. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta, once we're in like a safe area, I gotta experiment with emphasis. I always love these emphasis sentences examples. I never said I fucked your mother. 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 And lastly, I never said I fucked your mother. Going to Altus triggers the Radon fight. So does doing this quest line. This quest line also triggers the Radon fight. So, like, we might as well just go to Caelid anyway after we're done here in Liurnia. Are you guys ready to see one of the most psychotic things in this game? Like, just incredibly unhinged that it is a thing. Yeah, now we got the full map. Ooh. Which one is that, west? Yeah. Majority of Liurnia known for its vast forests and ever-present fog, is sinking into a lake. The western coast has always been closely associated with Carian royalty. Isn't that lovely? The King's Realm ruins. Do you want to know how to drive people insane looking for secrets and shit? I'll tell you how. You make something like this. See how I'm just walking on this just fine? Isn't that something? You know what else is something? This fucking piece of shit. Ah! I love just stun lock. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. They're good because of game design reasons. The illusory floors or the royal revenants? Because the illusory floors are good. I'm just saying they're fucking psychotic. This is terrible design. I'm literally just roll spin. Yeah, the floor is good. This is shit. Look at that. That man just threw up everywhere. Never forget this when it comes to these sorts of attacks. It's throwing up. Like, you know how unpleasant you feel when you throw up? That's how these guys feel every time they have to do those attacks. Except they suck, so I don't feel bad for them at all. Frozen Needle. I think they feel unpleasant at all times, but pop off. That's what I'm saying. They feel like shit. So those guys, they must feel terrible when they do that. Miss the critter. I'm a critter, what can I say? A razor-thin blade of ice. Razor-thin piercing blade of ice. Forged by E.G., the Carian royal blacksmith. Can inflict frost upon enemies and launch its blade with a strong attack. The blade immediately regenerates. Wait, so this thing, first off, looks cool. Holy shit. Wait, hold on. Oh. Well, this seems mildly impractical, but I dig it. This game has so many funny things in it. And to think everyone's builds just vortex into power stance and katanas. But we're not doing that, are we, my wonderful dragon halberd? And whatever else I end up using the rest of this playthrough. The backup also Well, that's cool. I'm not gonna... I just unequipped it. Feel like going on my mile walk? Good luck with your mile walk. I know you have, like, trouble walking occasionally. I recommend, like, I don't know, going with someone or something. It's probably a good idea. Hello, sir. Who I somehow entirely missed originally. I think I missed you completely in my first playthrough. Like, I literally just somehow didn't notice you when I came through here. Like, literally, I just didn't even process his presence here. I thought he was a rock.
Well, look at you. We don't
Oh, fuck yeah, I love rain. How is it raining? It's not cloudy at all.
I presume you are tarnished? What brings you here?
You got your boyfriend with you? Good, good, good. I fucking love Ichi's voice. I love his accent. It is so good.
Oh, pardon me. It's hardly my place to ask, is it? I am Ichi, a blacksmith who once served the Carian royals. An old codger who refuses to retire his rusty
Yeah, I guess
hammer.
Ichi doesn't have much spiritual
So
pressure.
here
I didn't detect him.
Still quietly plying my trade on this spot. Perhaps you'd like a display? These bones are old, but still able.
I mean, that sounds good to me. I like seeing people perform their craft.
Oh, watch out there. When I'm absorbed in my smithing, I lose sight of all else. If you come too close, I'm apt to cause you harm. I am, after all, terribly large compared to you, Tarnished.
That is true.
You don't know how hard it is not to break anything while I work.
Not to break anything. He sounds so good.
Brave Tarnished. A word of warning, if you please. This territory once belonged to the Carian royal family. Their manor lies not far beyond this point. When the
it's like right over there.
Academy turned on the Carians, the Knights of the Cuckoo descended on this tract.
That's still such
After
a stupid
leveling
name.
it, they carried on to the manor. The Carians were taken off guard, but their strength had not waned, and they repelled the Knights' onslaught by conjuring an enchanted snare that remains potent to this day. That is why I say, Tarnished, don't go near the manor.
Well, there's not really much of a snare there. They just have like some ghost
signs
summons.
of the heedless Knights of the Cuckoo.
By the way, Blythe sent me.
Blythe actually did that. Did he? Quite a rare occurrence for such a guarded soul as he. Perhaps he sensed something unusual about you. At any rate, if you're friendly with Blythe, I've something else that might suit you.
Interesting. Very interesting. How about some advice?
I've explained the peril of the enchanted snare that remains at the Royal Carian Manor. Whatever you do, brave Tarnished, stay away from that death trap.
No. Now that you know I'm friends with Blythe, you offer the Carian Filigreed Crest. Lowers FP consumed by skills. A talisman adorned with the royal crest. An honor said to have once been awarded to Carian knights who served as direct retainers to the kingdom's princesses. Now there is only one princess, Rani, daughter of Renala. And he doesn't seem to sell anything else. So strengthen my arms. Oh so very slowly. Usually I'm done with my transaction by the time he starts smithing. So I don't see him do more than the one tap. There you go. I like that he just uses his troll weapon to do that. It's cool. Is that a really good early game talisman? Fascinating. Simply fascinating. Oh, I suppose that's the snare. I don't know if that's really a snare so much as it's an orbital drone strike. It's certainly odd weather. The rain's quite heavy these days, huh? Yeah, sad he doesn't rapid fire his hammer like the giant in Anne Orlando. No, that guy's cracked. He's quite silly. That's why we love him. What does this big sword say? Resting place of the contemptible cuckoos, lost in the siege of Caria Manor. Well, I guess whoever wrote that shit doesn't like those guys. It's interesting that the sword markers are like a consistent thing in various different regions. So we have to wonder who made them. Was it one person? Was it a group of people? Was it a bunch of different, completely unrelated people, but the sword marker is kind of like a cultural thing, so it's just something everyone does? Then you have to wonder about the biases of the people making them. Because some of them certainly seem a little bit biased. That one certainly seems a bit biased. I'd argue the one talking about Melania kicking the fuck out of Godric seems a little bit biased. You imagine it's a cultural thing? Quite likely. Especially since we never really get a reference to, like, an important architect guy. Like in Dark Souls 2, Pharos is basically fucking Daedalus. Hello, Hoarfrost Stomp, my original Melania killer. Marbles, why are you looking at me like that? I'm amazed he's been in here this long. Like, he just went and he sat on top of the fucking mountain of clothes on top of my beanbag chair, and he's just been sleeping for like the last hour, but now he's just looking at me. Anyway. Apparently this thing got nerfed into hell because it was too good at killing Melania, I guess. Same with this. Don't really see much lore there. Marbles, why are you staring at me? I mean, to be fair, there's not much else in here for you to look at. Oh god, he's on the move. Oh, he's stretching. He's here. He's come over to me. Hello, Marbles. How you doing, buddy? You stare back at him? No, you shouldn't stare at your cat, because they may interpret that as some kind of challenge. You should blink at them to let them know that you trust and love them. Because that's what they do to you. He's meowing at me now. Maybe I'll capture such an image of Marbles that we could use as a sticker to replace the dog one. I would probably have to do it with my other cats, because they're the ones that always meow at me when they want food. Hey, man. Hey, buddy. He's standing on my torso, just shoving his fucking paw directly into my stomach. Oh, hey! Oh, that's a new website. What is this website bot name? 69mega.com. Tinder? Our girls are right first. What the fuck? It only says, fun fact, cuckoos will hide their eggs in the nests of other kinds of birds, and when it hatches, it pushes all the other babies out of the nest and is raised by the parent until adulthood. Ah, it's one of those. There are quite a few of those. Oh, now Marbles has just sat down next to me. Anything to say for the people? Not really, he's just purring a little. Well, yeah, the bots are back. Probably why cuck is the word used. I want to know if phonetically those words, if cuck has its origin, or cuckoo. Actually, yeah, because a cuck, usually, in a lot of old traditional uses of the word, wasn't necessarily a guy that would watch someone fuck his wife. It's a guy whose wife would get fucked by someone else and end up having a kid. The father of a bastard, you know? It is, it means the same thing? Okay, cool, cool. Well, that's funny. That makes sense. So anyway, these hand things are terrible. Has anyone figured out what the fuck their deal is? Like, where are they from? It's interesting that the places we see them are, here, Caria Manor, a place which has enemies of the Erd Tree. In Mount Gelmir, a place with enemies of the Erd Tree. And in the Mountaintops of the Giants, which is a place that has enemies of the Erd Tree. Or more specifically, enemies of Lanedale. Hello, you dead Carian Knight guy. Lady Rani, we have long awaited you. I pray for your house's swift revival. May the full moon shine upon Caria. May it. May it shine. Man, I'm kind of sleepy. Probably a creation of Rykard, but that doesn't really explain why they're here. It would make sense if they were just in Mount Gelmir, but it doesn't really explain why they're here, and then why they're in the Mountaintops of the Giants. I mean, maybe. Oh, right, and they're in the sewers of Lanedale, too. Maybe. If they are creations of Rykards. Somehow. They're here in Caria because, oh, it's actually to protect, like, his old childhood home or whatever. And they're on Mount Gelmir because they're protecting the Volcano Manor. And then why are they in the Mountaintops of the Giants? Well, we know Rykard wants to burn down the Erd Tree, so he's sending his agents there. His big, weird, gross, disembodied, grafted-together hands. Also, I'm not sure if those things are the creation of grafting. Because it doesn't necessarily look like they're multiple separate hands attached to each other. It looks like it's just like a fucking 10 or 12 fingered hand. Which is disgusting. But you already knew that. Only Godric found out about the serpent. It's just better grafting. You know Godric would have fed himself to that thing? Actually, I don't know, because Godric's kind of a bitch. Would he really be cool with getting bored by a snake? I don't think he would be. Alternatively, they're a carrion thing and Rykard took them with him. I suppose that's also possible, but then why are they there in the mountaintops? Is he cool with getting like 16 million infections? Actually, I would imagine he is, given how many other people's fucking organs he has attached to himself. I don't know if he would necessarily get, like, fucking AIDS from people, because I imagine that all of the severed limbs receive, like, bloodletting. You know, that's why they just kind of have this shit hanging there. It's training. Ow. I don't remember how to get the fucking Sword Knight Flame. You can do the Mary thing from Waco Mundo. I suppose, yeah. There we go. Urumi, a very cool weapon. No thanks, I'll pass on that one. Urumis are the shit. Are they like an actual... Well, I know there's something similar to them, but is that what they're called? My sword whips. Not like a multi-part sword whip, but just like a really bendy sword that I can use as a whip. Utilize it in a whip-like fashion. Primed crystal bed. Is that Godric's just crazy from blood poisoning from having every blood type? I could see that. Yeah, and steel ribbon like whips. That is, sick as shit, as the kids say. I don't actually know if the kids say that. Should have been a spear, because the beam looks awkward with a sword. Ah, but... swords. Sure you understand my point. No pun intended. Guess I do gotta go this way. I'm incredibly concerned for my own safety. I've always had something of akin to a Bloodborne trick weapon in mind, a saber which collapses into an Urumi. Wouldn't work IRL, but maybe I'll make a D&D character with that one day. So your idea is just the threaded cane, but instead of being in multiple pieces, it's just one solid thing. Okay, seriously. Let's see if I remember how to get to the Sword of Night and Flame. Because I thought that was the way. But I was wrong. Ribbons! I love ribbons. They bundle up. Beautiful. Fantastical. This is, as the kids say, Fortnite Among Us poggers. That is definitely a thing some kids have said before. I cannot deny that. As much as I wish I could. First path left and down on the building? Okay. Kinda had a feeling. The flowing Nox blade in this game is kinda like that. Presumably this Urumi takes some inspiration from that. Given Ranni coming into contact with the Black Knife Assassins. Yep. Let's take a look at the description for that thing. Urumi. This weapon made of extremely thin, flexible blades of metal is wielded like a whip by Nightfolk warriors. Well, there you go. Yeah. Though in essence a whip with a cutting edge, it can also be used as a spear to pierce foes. How convenient. Anyway, says, I think Rykard makes fun of virgins. And is a virgin himself, but wants to cover that up. No, he definitely fucked Tanith and various other women. And also possibly men, given the 1.0 description for that one talisman you can get from Riot. Back to winning? A little bit of winning, yeah. We do a little winning. Wow, Bicard. I know, right? What an icon. Our bi icon. A giant fucking snake man that eats people. I want some more of that. Wow, look at this queer icon, and it's the picture of the most horrifying creature you've ever seen in your life. Oh, my Sword of Night and Flame. Storied sword and treasure of Caria Manor, one of the legendary armaments. Astrologers, who preceded the sorcerers, established themselves in the mountaintops that nearly touched the sky, and considered the fire giants their neighbors. Wonder if the fire giants were nice to them. Always the best kind of representation, I know, right? It's great. Remember there was a mistranslation with MHA that the grape kid was the gay one? Oh, Tater. Oh, Tater, that was a magical time to be on Twitter, let me tell you. I don't even know if it was necessarily a mistranslation, because a lot of people were like, listen, this is the implication of the kanji, okay? Oh my god, was that already like a year ago? Oh, fuck. All the yawns, they're increasing in frequency and power. That was just earlier this year? Oh, thank God. I don't feel quite as old yet. He is a massive hedonist. I assume he was the orgy wine and harps. Something that I'm not seeing in chat right now. Hold on. The orgy wine and harps kind of king. Yeah, well, Rykard wasn't a king, but he was a praetor. He was basically like the fucking prime minister of the country. Actually, when you think about it, the lands between are a lot like England in that they have a prime minister, but they also have a ruling monarch. Though Rykard was not fucking elected, now that I think about that. Never mind, it's just all a big monarchy. Rykard just has his job because of nepotism. Remember, kids, monarchies are governments literally founded upon nepotism. They are institutionalized nepotism. What I'm saying is you could celebrate whenever a member of a monarchy dies. Anyway, this is a big-ass wolf, apparently. Hate your politicians? I don't want to get demonetized or kicked off YouTube. Hate your politicians? Redacted them. There you go. Now we're safe. I think my dad's watching the new Thor movie out in the living room. Sounds like Chris Hemsworth talking. I wonder if he'll like it or not, given that so many people said it was fucking mid. Sometimes I can never tell if my dad has the, media literacy skills to recognizing something's not very good. Because, like, him and my aunt both quite like The Rise of Skywalker, and I was just like, when she was here, what was it, 2 weeks ago now? Rise of Skywalker was on TV, so she was, like, sitting out in the living room watching it. She was just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be out there watching Star Wars or whatever. And I remember my sister telling me, like, you should go fucking hang out with her. I'm like, no, I'm not watching that fucking movie. Remember, I was out in the living room when it was on, and she was like, oh, I remember I went to go watch this in theaters on, like, Christmas Day or something when it came out. This was such a great movie. And I just had to sit there in silence, keeping my thoughts and feelings to myself. Alright, what was the deal with those guys? They're basically like, assistants to nobles and stuff. Rise of Skywalker was the best movie experience I've had in a long time. We made fun of it the whole time. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. That was one of the most uninspiring movie experiences I've ever had in my life. I did not really hate the movie initially, but I tell you, I sat there through the whole movie, and I did not emote once. Not fucking once. I basically sat in that movie seat for like, what, 2.5 hours, however long the movie is. I just fucking sat there, blank expression, staring at the screen. The greatest amount of emoting I did was the very end when, oh cool, a yellow lightsaber in a Star Wars movie. That's a first. That's neat. Cool to finally see that on the big screen. And then I thought more about the movie after the fact, and then I was like, oh my god, this makes me feel fucking homicidally angry. We laughed so hard at the Palpatine lightning scene, bass boosted. Okay, I didn't laugh at that because that was pretty in line with some of his feats and legends. Fucking conjuring up force storms and shit. Hello, Loretta. I remember you kicked the fuck out of me on my first playthrough. Oh no, terrible time for my nose to be itching. I can never not itch my nose. It's like an actual reflex. Whenever my nose or anywhere on my face itches, I immediately have to scratch it. Oh right, the lightning spreads out more in water, doesn't it? The bass in the theater was crazy. I think I remember it being pretty fucking kooky. I remember actually, one of the few things I actually liked about that movie was a lot of the visuals and sound design. Like, Exegol is really fucking good from like a sound design perspective. I dig it. It's fucking stupid in lore. Loretta and Gyobu go for drinks? Yeah, they do. Loretta and Gyobu are like the FromSoft equivalent to leaders of a biker gang, and then you have the Tree Sentinels and the Knights Cavalry as the gang members. Is she gonna enter her phase 2 or what? Oh, I think that's phase 2 now. Maybe she already did it. Actually, it's probably because I'm getting like right up on her that she's not doing all the big bow attacks and stuff. Yeah. Does she have more summon swords? I think that's one of the defining traits of phase 2. Well, anyway. Later. Loretta's great bow. Ash War Loretta's slash. Pair that with the epilepsy and you can live through all real-life YouTube poop. Oh, Jesus. The vistas? Like the fucking, you know the underneath of the temple where it's just like this fucking field underneath a giant roof? And there's like the lightning strikes going between the ceiling and the floor with the like fucking shrieking sound effects? I thought that was good. I liked that. It's really fucked up. First 10 minutes of going to 15 planets were dumb. Okay, I'm glad other people noticed that the pacing for most of that movie was totally fucked. At least for the first act. The pacing was like fucking ridiculous. It was stupid. I'm sorry. Griever doesn't like this, but like from an almost objective perspective, The Last Jedi is a better movie than The Rise of Skywalker. Like, at least it's semi-fucking coherent. Which way, Star Wars fan? Actively insulting and destroying the legacy of your franchise, or literally just drowning yourself in nostalgia bait and lazy referencing? Which way, Western man? Why are there so many seats around the pool? It's a... what did they call this area? The Lightspeed collision makes it a better movie. Yes, even if it is questionable around the, you're wrong, you're drunk, give me your... What did it... Okay, I fucking speak his name, and he just appears in here. I'm sorry, Griever, but The Rise of Skywalker is such a lazy, soulless cash grab of a movie. Its existence offends me on a fucking personal level. I will take a bad movie that someone tried to make good over something that is just a fucking lazy piece of shit that they didn't even try with. Have you just been here the whole time, or did you just show up right now when I'm talking about Star Wars? Option C, replay KOTOR and get wasted. Oh right, yeah, that's what I always do. The extent of my, like, really in-depth Star Wars media consumption over the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years has just been me replaying KOTOR 2. The pacing was fucked because they had to do 2 movies in one movie because they had to negate The Last Jedi. Yeah. I literally showed up and heard my name. Morphogenetic fields or something. I have no idea. Anyway, Neve, you were asking why are there so many chairs around a big pool of water? Well, considering this is a moon-gazing ground, I assume they would come out here and they would maybe look up at the moon and then probably look down at the giant reflection of the moon that would be right in front of them. Oh right, Loretta's spell thing. Loretta's Great Bow! Sorcerer used by Royal Knight Loretta. Creates a magic great bow and fires a great arrow. It said the bow was Loretta's favorite weapon. Kinda, but she also has her war scythe thing, so... Need a mist-scored moon-gazing ground? That would be lovely. I mean... if I had a big castle or something, and I just had like a courtyard that I wasn't doing anything with, yeah, I would slap this fucking thing in the middle of it. Looks pretty aesthetic, I dig it. The Three Sisters, who I don't think are actually sisters. Yeah, that's right over there, folks. That big creature. Hello, Adula. How are you doing? What's up, bitch? How are you? Oh, that's not bad. Oh, yes, hello? Can I help you? Oh, fuck's sake. Where is it going? You know what we need to get in DLC? Actually, did I talk about this last stream? I feel like I did. We should get either a Ghost Flame and or a Black Flame Dragon. That would be the sickest shit ever. That would be so fucking cool. Get back here, you bitch. Stop de-aggroing. I need you to leave. Like, for real, not this despawning shit. Something I like about this... Oh yeah, I guess you could do a frenzy dragon. That would be wacky. The old kings of the world meet again. And they're gone. Bye, bitch. Dragon of Frenzy would be fucking insane. It'd probably also be really annoying. I will make that prediction now. It will be very annoying. Because, we have another status effect build-up dragon. Actually, we have two, and they both are a little bit on the annoying side. I was definitely about to talk about something as human. Oh, right. Hit the like button and peace. See you later, Griever. Have a good night. It does need to have freaky animations. It should be wacky as shit. One of the benefits of this being a big open world game is you can have shit like with Adula and Lanciax, where they show up, you fight them a bit, and then they leave and go somewhere else. That doesn't really work quite as well in, like, the Dark Souls games. Especially because, just in this, going to wherever they are now is theoretically easier. Also, it makes a little bit more sense, because it's just a big fuck huge place and they're dragons. They can just fly off to somewhere if they want. Hi, Ronnie. Some people have pointed this out. It's a thing that should be appreciated as adorable to no end. You can't really see it here, I don't think. Oh, wait. We got a bit of a view. That's right. It is a box full of books that she's sitting on to look taller. Because she is tiny. She is small.
Oh. Again we cross paths. I believe I said my name was Rena when last we met.
You're a big liar, aren't you?
See Torrent hale and hearty, but tarnished. What business hast thou here? I have no memory of inking thee an invitation.
You must be Ronnie the Witch behind the Knight of the Black Knives.
I see. Quite the sleuth, aren't we? Indeed, I am the witch, Ronnie. I stole a fragment of the Rune of Death and used it to forge the god-slaying black knives through fearsome rite.
Why is the rite fearsome?
But sadly for thee, the curse mark thou seekest is not to be found here.
So you're just revealing all of your crimes because you're like, you're not gonna get the shit you want, get fucked.
And it is upon that flesh the curse mark is carved.
I respect that, Ronnie. Oh, I just almost accidentally did a fucking attack there. For once, the PlayStation controller isn't incredibly sensitive. Where'd the body go? That's a unique prompt.
And why should I reveal that to thee? I performed the act not to bury the past, nor in shame of the deed, but all the same, thy begging compels me not a jot. The curse mark thou seekest is not here. That is all I will say. Now, be gone.
Wow, that's a little bit more aggressive than our normal interaction with her here. Maybe we should go talk to Roger about how to get women to like us. Neve says they're hiring me to write the moves for Flouncesack's Mad Dragon. That's... only you could provide a fitting animation move set for such a boss. Heavenly says off his shit-a-sex. That sounds like peak. Yeah, that sounds like a thing Grimm would create the name of. Sounds about right. Right, he's out here.
Always good to see you safe. So, what?
Roger, how do I get Ronnie to like me?
I see. When Rani shed her flesh, she shed the curse mark too. You know, not everyone would trust such a tale. But if she in her current form is nothing more than the living doll you profess, then perhaps it's true after all. Forgive the bluntness of the notion, but how would you like to become one of Rani's vassals?
I would love to do that.
Want, of course.
Oh yeah, totally.
The body which bore the curse mark, which right now I haven't the faintest. And the best way to find out is for you to enter her service and take a poke around on the sly. I know you've got what it takes. Not only are you
His ground will be very hard to dodge, but if you get hit by it, you get to play a fun minigame to break free and maybe deal damage. Neve, are you telling me that as part of your Mad Dragon fight, you would include a fucking QuickTime event? That sounds oddly fitting.
Can you become Rani's vassal to advance our agenda? While in her service, you'll be able to take a poke around on the sly and determine the location of her original body that bears the curse mark. I realize that I'm asking you to put yourself in grave danger, but I know you've got what it takes. Quite possibly the only one, in fact.
Sure thing. Sure thing, my good sir. Not a quick time event. It'll be like a Mario Party minigame against other online players. Oh my Jesus Christ. This sounds like you are proposing perhaps the worst, best FromSoft boss ever. It'll add a minigame mode to Elden Ring. Wow, it'll really make this the game of all time. Ronnie, can I please work for you? I would love to do that.
The curse mark thou seekest is not here. That is all I will say. Now, be gone.
But I don't want to. I wish to serve you.
Oh, is that so? Thou wouldst render me aid. Is that thy proposal? Affording thyself opportunity to grope about for the curse mark's location, no doubt. Very well. There's nothing wrong with a well-laid scheme. What's more, if my past and past wounds beckon to thee, I am curious enough to see what thy destiny portends. I'll allow it. Enter my service, and good hunting to thee.
I like how she's just like, oh, you're just doing this as part of some kind of scheme, like you're just really blatantly doing that. I respect it. I'll allow you to do that. Tater, thank you for your apology. I'm not personally offended that you're not interested in specific stream topics. I know you still left likes on the streams. The dragon has an attack where it flies at you, but it hits its head on a wall and flails around on the ground like a bird that flew into a window. Pretty sure birds don't usually flail around after hitting windows. They're just kind of unconscious or dead. It'd actually be really funny if it was like the fucking Sakura bull in the Fountainhead Palace, where if you scare it, it just runs headfirst into a wall and fucking dies instantly.
Good. Then I ask we proceed with haste. There is, in my service, a half-wolven warrior by the name of Blythe.
We're familiar.
I would have thee join him in searching for the hidden treasure of Nokron, the Eternal City. I have called for Blythe to greet thee below. Take from him the particulars. Ah,
the draw
and
for
there wilt
Puppet
thou
Gush
find
is
Uji,
strong.
my war counselor, and Salavis, preceptor.
I
in
mean, it is
sorcerer's
very
arts
powerful.
Also, heed not their peculiarities. Feel secure in gaining from them
Oh,
what
fuck.
advantage thou canst. I'm sure the others will be doing just the same.
That is an incredible comment. I have to tell you, Heavenly, that is amazing. Miyazaki, what's with you and these dolls? They're good. Listen. They may be dolls, but they are the best dolls. I mean, really, can you think of any other video game dolls better than, well, the doll from Bloodborne, and then Ronnie, who's technically not a doll, or at least she wasn't always one. She's really just like a god soul possessing a doll. Let's see, Yeah, tell me, are there any other notable video game puppets or dolls that you can think? Not puppets, dolls. Any video game dolls you can think of more iconic or popular or just better than Ronnie and the doll? Make that a quote? What, the puppet gush thing? Yeah, someone throw that in the quotes channel. That's some peak.
Speak with the three who await thee below. Thou needst not indulge them unduly, but they too wish to appraise thy worth. It hath been a passing long time since a newcomer entered my service.
Already did it?
After
Wonderful.
all.
That is excellent. Can't think of any. Well, there you go. Miyazaki's a fucking... He's a maverick. He's taking the gaming industry into new frontiers. He's broken new ground. Can't take credit for it. It's from the Secret Gideon dialogue video. Still funny as shit.
Oh, so you were the one. Lady Rani has explained everything. Again, I am Iji, the Carian royal family's dedicated blacksmith.
Any doll?
And
Snap.
Lady Rani's
That's not a
war
doll.
counselor.
That's an
I'm told
animatronic.
that you are searching for Nokron.
That's a
Goliath.
robot.
I will give you whatever guidance I can, and pray for your success.
No, those aren't puppets. They're not not puppets. Dolls. Those aren't dolls. Those are animatronics. They're robots. They are built to be fucking animated. Aren't we all puppets? Shut up with the existentialism. Stop that. Stop bringing existentialism around here. We don't need it. The iconic marionette. Raiden Genshin is a doll, so I guess she goes in there. Genshin. Hey, Blythe.
Long time, friend.
It actually has been a little while
Have
now.
you forgotten? Glad to have you in the service of Mistress Rani. Well, getting right to business. I'm still in Limgrave. The eternal city of Nokron lies somewhere at the bottom of this land. I'm planning to go below through the well in the Mistwood. See if I can't find the road to
Oh, there are
Nokron
also
from there.
dolls in fuck's sake. But are any of them as iconic as the doll or Ronnie?
I'm going below through the well in the Mistwood. See if I can't find the road to Nokron. Don't keep me waiting, eh?
Sure thing. And then this guy. This fine individual. Bro, the twink gender bend clone she made of herself is great. What? Best VA in the game. Who, Celivis?
I see. You must be Rani's new hireling. Yes, I've heard all about you. I am Celivis, preceptor in the sorcerous arts.
You're not gonna
I
sit
don't
here and
know
explain
what it is
Genshin
the
lore to me?
mistresses
I'm
and
like
provincial
vaguely aware of
tarnished
some
like
shit
you.
that Clover
But
explained to
since
me
we have the
surrounding
misfortune of
Raiden.
serving the same lady, I ask that you kindly try not to drag us all down with you.
Thank you for your confidence, Sylvis.
I reside in another tower close by. Come and pay me a visit. Should you wish to be of actual service to Mistress Rani. If it were up to me, I wouldn't waste my time on the likes of you. But who am I to stand against the wishes of my lady?
Damn, somebody just got your mommed. I'm not even entirely sure who's getting your mommed right now, but someone is. Sorry, Genshiners, the only Scaramouche I know is a fucking robot bard from Samurai Jack. That guy is the shit. He's fucking great. He was one hell of a way to bring back a classic children's cartoon as an Adult Swim limited series.
My apologies for the misleading words of warning. I never imagined that an audience, let alone service to Lady Rani, was in your fate. I, for one, should have seen it, but I did not. Do forgive me, my fellow. Let us give all that we can of ourselves, together, for Lady Rani.
Sure thing. Sure thing. Wait, he also has a big funky hat like Scaramouche? Are you fucking serious? Oh, hold on. I have to go on Google Images now. Giant Dad, Wolf Guts, Puppet, Dick. It's really a complete party of characters. Oh. Scaramouche. Oh my fuck. Samurai Jack Scaramouche is way better than this child. Okay, but is Genshin Scaramouche a fucking hilarious bard guy that plays a magical flute and has a tuning fork dagger? If so, it seems there's more things that Genshin has ripped off than just a fucking boss moveset from Dark Souls 3. Congratulations on surviving your walk, Gracie. I need rest. This knowledge is far too mentally straining for me in my already kind of tired state. No, but he's incredibly petty. And gasses people because he misunderstood his mother. Wow, he sounds like kind of a fucking loser. I think I'll stick to my Scaramouche. Oh, and they did rip off Virgil too. They did rip off Judgment Cup.
To my slumber, and it will be some time before I wake. This doll's body is not without its hindrances. Still, I have high
He's a loser,
hopes
that's why he's funny? I see.
look forward
Well,
to
you
the
see,
good news
your
when I
Scaramouche is
rise.
funny because he's a loser. My Scaramouche is funny because he's funny.
I shall soon enter my... and it will be some... I have high look for...
I look forward to working with you as well. And that's where we're gonna end off tonight's stream, because I'm tired, and if we do Raya Lucaria, we're gonna be here till like 2 in the morning. And I don't feel like streaming until 2 in the morning today, so I'm not going to. Now, I will be busy tomorrow, and I'll also be heading back to my mom's, which means there probably won't be like another stream until, I don't know, the start of next week or something. Sorry about that, I guess. But hey, at least we got something after 3 weeks of nothing. Oh shit, it's 5 AM already? You're really bad at keeping track of time, Neve. Well, outside of your sleep schedule just being shit already. Anyway, next time we're gonna do Raya Lucaria. Yeah. That'll probably be a little bit of a shorter stream, because... Well, it's basically gonna be just Raya Lucaria, because then doing Caelid's probably gonna be its own stream. And that will likely be longer. At least 2 parts, I'm thinking. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, that's gonna be all for tonight's stream. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.